Like you don't want it to do a repeat of what it did in January, because it's doing something similar right now, right? It broke out, made a new all-time high, and the second 3 daily candle was a nice hammer candle, and then it just sold off, continued to
Yeah.
sell off.
What about scouting alts to short for potential blow off top from Bitcoin after all time high? Yeah, of course. I mean, I personally don't like any like there's barely any altcoins that are like I have interest in right now. They're all looking kind of I don't know. They're just looking pretty shitty to be honest. Like look like that they're ready to just see more downside if Bitcoin can't hold 104k. So if we do get a pop, then yeah, I think looking for some places to scale into shorts is completely reasonable. Um, they're just they're kind of very awkward to trade right now. That I don't feel like there's any sort of set direction on them, and a lot of them aren't even in like a range. They're kind of like just all over the shop.
Do you think people are a little bit too eager to short here?
Um, Here at like 104k, yeah, I would not short into 104k personally. Maybe last night, like overnight, was a pretty good short. Like
Mhm.
we had crazy volumes, like buy volumes into the high, and then we've just been down only since. But I wouldn't short here personally. I think this is actually a really nice place to see a bounce.
Paul gave a very nice short.
What did
Sol,
so?
like that hourly rejection always happens at between 4 and 6 a.m., man.
Yeah, Asia session lately has been pretty good to trade, to be honest.
Yeah, let's
Like I
see.
think like on BTC here, like I don't actually. The problem is I don't actually have a trigger right now on flow, but that's fine. I don't have to necessarily have a trigger for flow to get into a long. But if we reclaim 104,800, then I think you can take a long and target fresh highs. Post my chart. Um, something like my chart I posted. I'm pretty sure if we get a reclaim today, you can long with a stop under 103, and then maybe target like 107 to all-time high. If I don't get a reclaim like that, I'm gonna try and long uh, the point of control, composite point of control. So I hope we bounce here for the sake of my ETH long, because if ETH, as long as ETH can hold this 2500, I think we can probably break out this week. But it's
Mhm.
considerably weak compared to BTC. I mean, it made new lows on Sunday.
Gonna do what it always does and just fuck everyone again
Yeah.
after it looked very bullish. Are you guys in LSCall virtual? I'm not. I would suggest you follow Eli if you're in his trades.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm getting dumped on. Motherfuckers dumping on me. First time I touch ETH in months, and the co-founder decides to sell.
I want to hold $1 of him. Levin's in the chat after leaving me for Horst. See if he's actually listening. Oh, he is. He's typing. Of course I went. My wife was playing there. Top long Tuesday. Sounds about right, James. You're coming next year. Hope it was shit. No, it was amazing, mate.
Did gold bomb?
Yeah, it really needs to. It needs to hold this low, right? 2475 ish, basically.
Yeah. If it can hold here, then fine. But like, I'm not gonna like marry this position. I was like buying based on that 4 hour reclaim. So if we can't hold here, then I'll just cut. Yeah, gold actually looks pretty good. The 4 hour on gold looks pretty nice.
It all feels so baity, man. I mean, the selling. It feels so baity.
Yeah, I'm pretty convinced we can go to all time high this week, at least back to like 107
Yeah.
before we go down. Like we've had no like I don't know. We've had OI build up and like we've been flushing out, but we haven't had anything like crazy enough to like even push us this whole move up to fresh lows. So I don't see why now we would just randomly go to fresh lows. Like I think we need to if people are looking for 100k like me, like for a big swing on BTC, like obviously 100k looks good, but I think we need to go higher before there's a chance of going to fresh lows.
It's just that type of PA that makes everyone doubt their longs and then it just rips you a new one. Well, bears at least. Selling or sending to stake? He's selling. Lang.
Well, yeah,
I
because
think
it's not official, right? That they're ETH staking. There's a
no.
deadline, right?
Yeah. I think for others, what we can do and if we make new all-time highs on BTC is that it goes for one final push into 500 and then it dies. Very similar to 2021. We're on the high time frame.
That'd be nice.
As soon as it gets even close to that trend line, I'm selling everything.
What I don't understand is how alts can look so fucking bad, even though they had like crazy moves off the lows. Like everything still looks so bad, like in terms of alts.
BTC super cycle, I guess. I don't know. I think it's also still because there's been so much dispersion this cycle. Like others is a prime example of it. Like if there was no pump fund or no other launch pads, a lot of the money that flow into pump fund and pump fund shitters probably would have gone into more into WIF, for example, or more into PopCat or other stuff that launched. Maybe even Celestia. I don't know. And then your other chart looks completely different because then you add on like 50 or 100 billion. Like I wonder how much money got torched.
I mean,
Like
even
like an
that, and
external
also just
cult.
like fucking all the on-chain coins going to zero.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think so many people just like, completely round trip their on-chain bags. I mean, I'm not surprised, but like that SPX 6900 community, like they're still bag holding, and they're convinced. They're convinced. They're like, this is just another 90% pullback. How is that coin even doing?
We'll trade like we have alt season every 4 months. Yeah, that's true, Yannick. $105K ETH. Oh, he withdrew it.
No, he He sent ETH to Kraken and then he withdrew it. Yeah.
Interesting. So maybe it's related to the staking then. He's baiting
Yeah.
everyone.
To 8 separate wallets as well. Yeah, he's definitely fucking baiting everyone.
I would do that if I was a founder. I had a couple billion. Playing Hunger Games with all of CT. Yeah, lovely. I mean, the awkwardness about alts here is as well, a lot of them came down to levels where I wanted to long. Like Bonk, for example. Came down 30%. But it's BTC that hasn't completed the flush yet. Annoyingly. Or like could do something like this. Like another 20% drop on a day before they go up.
How is this coin still up so much?
What's that?
That
SPX.
S&P 6900, yeah.
Hold
This
back
is
holders.
This is the log chart. Like it's not actually that cooked. I thought it was a lot more cooked than this. Like it's held relatively well to a lot of what other on-chain coins were doing, right?
I mean, to be fair, this looks okay, yeah. Could be worse.
Yeah, like that daily actually doesn't look so bad. It's probably been one of the worst performing Sol memes off the lows. It's only done 150% off the lows compared to, like Farcoin, we've done nearly 600, but
Yeah, this doesn't look too bad.
like considering it's still 680 mil market cap, like
SPX is the new Bitcoin, yeah, 100%. 100%. Aave. Look at Aave. Not looked at that in a while.
oh yeah, it popped up on my
Oh wow.
terminal this morning. It looked good.
Probably got some news coming out shortly. As long as it holds to 23 from here, it's looking pretty good. That's a nice sweep. Sort of left equal lows, but that's probably just baiting people so they didn't take a trade here, and now there's not that many leveraged longs. If it flips to 78, it goes to new all-time highs.
Zoom out on the weekly. Was that the April low? That bottom, was that April?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Up 2x. Yeah, I guess after this weekly close, you'll have a good trigger on whether it's going to continue or it's going to retrace a fair bit back to 200 or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here on a lot of alts. Like, look at Pepe. Like, there's a risk for some of these alts that bounce just to be like a massive, like right shoulder almost, like just a bit, not a right shoulder, but like a bearish retest. I mean, ETH's the exact same on the monthly and the weekly. Like,
Okay.
it's going to be really drastic, right? Like, it can get really drastic here. The fact that if BTC doesn't break out like prior to summer, then like, I'm pretty sure all of these alts just bleed back out to fresh lows over summer, before buying again into September. So that's why it's pretty important now that if we are going to break out, like I think we've got to see it pretty soon. It sustain as well. Otherwise, yeah, these that's my Pepe chart. These alts could look pretty bad.
Yeah, I do not want summer chop.
No.
How would you play for a 2x over the next 6 months? Buy Sol as close to 120, 150 as you can, I guess. And sell it at 300. or eat at 2k and sell it at 4. Yeah, this weekly on Pepe needs
How
to hold.
how would you play for a 2x over the next 6 months? I don't actually. Interesting question.
Buy ETH in August. I think I'm gonna sell ETH in August.
6 months, where would that put us at?
November.
Well, I think how you would play it for a 2x over the next 6 months would actually depend on how we trade over the next few weeks. I think the next few weeks, like going into June now, like it's very crucial for us to identify whether we're going to top into summer, or if we don't top and we actually see some continuation into summer, because at that point you'll know which trend to play, um, as an upside or downside, right? Because pretty sure you could make an easy 2x if we top out into June, into like fresh all-time high top out, and you just look at shorting everything. Like that would be the freest 2x you're going to get. Because if we do get that break from all-time high, it's going to be quite hard to chase it. So
Yep.
that makes sense. I can't exactly say right now, like the how to make a 2x over the next 6 months, but we would probably be able to know within the next couple weeks, like end of May into June. Like right now, it's quite a difficult place to, in terms of trying to bet on trend until we get that all-time high / 107k break, which I think we're going to get this week. So
Yeah, we should.
yeah, you agree? Nice. Yeah. So right now it's like it's a weird spot for alts. It's a weird spot for the market, right? But we're on track to getting the well, obviously we got how long we got left of the month. Week and a bit, like on track to get the best ever monthly close for BTC. Again, like we're on track to potentially, if we close this week very strong, getting yet another good weekly close from BTC. So, I mean, the monthly looks insane, to be honest. The monthly and the 3 monthly looks insane.
I kind of like Sui here. I don't know who asked for Sui. But it's like doing the same PA over and over. It's like stuck inside the range it creates, which is super choppy and super erratic. But it actually is just this fat rally. It makes some sort of base, not the cleanest one, and then just rallies again. It's doing something similar here as well. Like it pretends it's gonna roll over, and then all of a sudden you have like a 30% candle or whatever. I think it looks alright here as long as it holds 360. Like should give at least another pop to 440, I think. If it accepts above here, you want to see it go for all-time high, and then reassess. Then probably you sell the tree drive. That'll make here, at whatever level that may be. You can already see it on the RSI for potential tree drive short.
Right. Let's see if we're going to get this flip here, because if so, we're just fucking max long BTC, to be honest.
I will long it with you.
Mm-hmm. So annoying. Like, it came into my area, like that 104, but I literally just didn't get anything on flow to hop into it. So might have to end up chasing if this continues. And that 30-minute close was decent.
Good age for a candle as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the setup you play, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, the stop's a little bit weird because I kind of wanted to long like 104 to 1037. So like for me, the stop would be like one low 103, which then like sub 1 hour trade if you're targeting 107. So ideally, we'd need it to go to all time high.
I just long it here and play a stop below today's low. Just like 1%. Still a bit awkward, but
I think we can try it. Yeah.
all right, let's long it.
It's like pretty nice reclaim that shot I posted earlier. Where's it gone? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna place my stop at 104k and then TP if we get at 106.4 ish. Then let it run if it runs higher. BTC long. You could also go with a manual stop and only close it if it has like a clean break below 104k, but or a clean break below 103. But I feel like it just hard stop is a bit better here. Yeah, let's see. Get this meme line break on Moody. Let's check.
Can I get filled? Be nice.
Use limits. I forgot.
Okay.
Okay, pad got filled. Nuke it.
Yeah, that's the position. So we're gonna try this. Like, overall, it did bounce from a pretty like the area I was looking for this morning. Anyway, I kind of wanted a bit lower, like 103,750, but this 30-minute looks pretty nice. We sold off basically like into New York Open and then bounce. So it's like classic turnaround Tuesday PA.
Yep.
So yeah, target like 107, like new monthly highs, and like potentially even go to all time high this week. To be honest, if we don't see a reaction from there. Yeah, and tight stop. like 103. If we get stopped, I might try and relong 103.7, but this structure looks pretty good. I think we should move up from here ideally, and hopefully it saves my ETH long as well. Like ETH still holding 2,500, which is nice.
Let this
What
pay.
meme line on Mudo?
What's the meme line? Where are you drawing the meme line from?
I think
Me,
like
just
30-minute chart.
30-minute.
I think it's quite a tight one. Yeah, I mean this is like that's fucking abnormal PA, like that 5-minute PA.
This whole chart looks so schizo, man.
Yeah.
Nice reclaim though here. I mean, it left all these lows. Good for baiting people. Like all this. I mean, it swept these, but it left this one. I'm just not gonna long any alts here though. But on the 5-minute, yeah, then I'm definitely not longing. Five-minute is too ADHD for me.
Yeah, I'm still not too interested in alts here. Right. Just feel
Like,
like
I
I've
would-
got no read on them at all.
It's like this. I mean, we mentioned it earlier. For me, it's just like this chop that makes you doubt your positions, and then it just rips up with a fat candle. But you can't really left trade that unless you have like peacock bottom entries. Otherwise, you just chop yourself up. I would be more interested in Moodang if it breaks this hourly trend line. To be fair,
The hourly one, yeah.
which is like essentially 6% move up from here already. This is a nice trap you can play of if you want to scalp it, but that's still a 4% chop, a 4% stop. Need to fund my mom's Temu purchases. Easy.
What's your mum been buying off Temu?
Everything.
A new son because she lost her one to crypto markets.
You wanna share your screen, Pat?
Okay. One beat.
Money.
That's money.
Our stream's gonna juice BTC to all time high. Yes, mate.
Coming this week, bro. I feel it. Feel it in my fingers.
Let me close my window. There's way too much noise from outside.
This is my position, by the way. So hopefully BTC holds here, then we should get a move up. But yeah, this was the plan this morning for me. It's playing out really nicely here, but 10-day composite broke from composite and saw pretty nice acceptance outside that. Some good volume on the break, and then also get this time and space, right? So we get what like a gap, right? And this is a good sign of acceptance. We've come back down. So I was actually looking to try and buy into the POC, the composite POC, but I got front run a bit. But it held the composite value high, and we're bouncing from there. And then prior weekly value high, developing weekly VWAP, right? If we look at the prior weekly value last week, it was like basically capped price all week, right? And now this week we've already seen nice bounce from the prior weekly val, and now potentially seeing some acceptance outside that prior weekly value, right? So overall, from a trend standpoint, like if we are to continue to trend this week, then we should hold here, right? So I like my odds for a break, for some continuation and a breakout this week. And then also the January value area high, right? Which we know January was a very tough month for BTC, and we're holding above the January value area high, developing monthly value area high. So there's a lot of reason to look for some continuation this week. So I think we like our chances here, and if we take the stop, that's fine, because I think if we don't hold 104k this week, then we're probably going to run the lows, at least these lows. I think if we deviate here, we'll probably run the lows. And also, if we deviate here now, I will cut my ETH long. So I apologize in advance if the market fucking nukes because I longed ETH yesterday. It will be all my fault.
Yeah, I'll come and visit you.
No thanks. If you come and visit me, I'll just feed you beans.
Nice. Should help Fortcoin go up.
Facts.
Beans and Brussels sprouts. Yeah, I'll take the sprouts.
Both of those options slap. You cannot dislike both of them.
I don't like Brussels sprouts though.
Is that a common thing in Belgium? We only
Yeah,
really have them at Christmas here.
my grandma used to make them a lot and I used to hate them. And then actually my stepmom made them once and she made very good ones. So I guess it depends on how you make them, to be fair. Altcoin leading the alt market is such a red flag. Actually, I disagree because it led the whole market on the first impulse up as well. Like the way it did here.
Bro, that's so 2021. Get this guy out my chat.
I know, but
Altcoin
it's
leading the alt
fucking...
market is such a red flag. That's so 2021, bro. Completely washed trader. Get him out of here. By the way, I know that guy. I'm not being an arsehole to just some random bloke.
just, just shitting on random people. Oh no.
Yeah. Litecoin's actually probably a good short, like if we're going to start looking at shorts. Like, pretty nasty bearish retest in this area.
What happened to the digital silver narrative?
Yeah. Litecoin is trading at the same price it was in May 2022.
Lovely.
1,100 days ago. Turn Dante there for a second. He's the GOAT. All right, who's sold? Who fucking sold?
Rugged. Down 0.1%.
It's over, mate. So yeah, from here, basically I will, if this gets stopped, which it probably won't, but if it does, I might again look for a new long here. something like that. Be more realistic, probably looking like for something like this, really. But if this gets stopped, I'll try and relong around 103, 800, and then if that also gets invalidated, then we'll try and buy this. But overall, I don't think we can go to 100k without doing something like that first. Seems like classic Bitcoin PA as well to do something like that, like whipsaw and take it out. But yeah, I still stand with the idea that we don't get much of a sweep in terms of breakouts. Like once BTC starts to break out, it goes. It doesn't really offer much of an opportunity to get that sweep at all. So that's why I'm kind of happy to chase a little bit up here, be aggressive. I think BTC as well, you can manage your risk on it a lot more than if you were trading alts right now. I think that's the problem with altcoins. Like, one, there's no setups, and two, everything's just got a bit of an awkward stop on it.
Yep.
Like, I don't like putting my stop. Like, let's say I was to long Pepe, I wouldn't like put my stop 5% because of 5%. Like, that's not how my brain works. I'd put my stop here because that's where my invalidation is, right? In terms of that trade, like on BTC, I'm not putting my stop here because it's only a 1% stop, but I'm putting my stop here because it's relative to this setup that probably, if this now deviates, it's going to make fresh lows, and from there, you know, I'm questioning whether we actually even continue to break out this week. So let's see how this goes. How's the ETH flow look?
It's gonna pump, mate. I did a prayer for you.
It actually got a little move overnight. 3%. Gonna make it. Just crazy. Like, we had crazy volumes last night into the highs. Quite a bit nice.
We see ETH again.
Can we see ETH again? This is my ETH position, yeah. So you could actually enter here if you wanted to, because it's at like 1% under my entry. But as long as it holds into this region, I'm looking for a breakout on it. It had a pretty nice like sweep and reclaim, but it needs to hold here. I'm basically I will also cut this if BTC doesn't show me some signs of continuation today. This was kind of like a 4-hour position, so I'm looking at playing this over the next yesterday, today, and into tonight, really. So I kind of want to see this hold over the next few hours, like a window for this trade, right? But this was basically the plan I gave in the market report last week as well. Was a sweep of this low and a reclaim. I'd be willing to long to 2,800.
Predictor.
The predictor. let's look at. Bear with me. I was just gonna. I'm kind of not even that interested anymore. But I was just gonna look at the volume we had last night because there was loads. But crazy volumes into the highs. 30-minute candles.
See you, living. Take care.
1 bill volume into the high. Almost 2 bill volume into the high last night. Again into the lows, 2 bill. I need to start using. Obviously I use when I'm trading footprint. I use volume a bit more, but I should definitely start looking at these like time-based volume clusters as well, because like you can basically see that we topped out on 1 bill volume and then we bottomed out on 1 bill volume as well. Like you always see pretty high volumes at the highs and lows. Like obviously that's what you want to see at the extremes.
Mm-hmm.
Decent volume. With other things, of course, you wouldn't just base like a trade off volume, but you can see on the OI, right? This is just Bybit and Binance, but you can see that basically all the OI we added up over last night. Fuck. Got flushed out.
Yeah, I'm 100%. Like big volume spikes are usually good indicators of bottoms.
See you living. 50 minutes count. Gonna need this one to show a bit of strength. Yeah. So give us the old cheeky name line breakout. It's kind of just textbook setup here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do much. Like my bias today was up, right? And then I just used simple market structure to get an entry on it, right? Because I didn't get any triggers on flow into the low. So then I resort to like second best for me, which is market structure. So T Foundation. No, James said earlier about it. He deposited onto Kraken and then he withdrew it to 8 separate wallets. So we think he's like just playing mind games with people to do with 8 ETH staking, right?
Debate or
Hot water's fucked. The fuses, I went to change the fuses today, and the fuses inside the sockets for the boiler had like melted the inside of
oh,
the
fuck's
wall
sake.
socket. Yeah. I was like, I could hear like sizzling. So then I like went in to like change the fuses because the sockets weren't working, and the sockets had melted the fuse like holder. So cold shower tonight it is.
Isn't that also like fire hazard? Or wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking that. I was like, fuck, this is actually quite bad. Like electrical fire
Mm-hmm.
are pretty bad.
Yeah, not great.
So I turned off all at the fuse box. So hopefully I don't burn in my sleep.
You better.
Timeline's quiet again at the moment. I feel like people are still not believers. I actually saw 11k target on my timeline today. And guess which fucking style of trading he was using?
Elliott waves.
Yeah.
Always the ones you expect the least.
I don't think I'll be able to find it. Motherfucker was calling for 11k.
I
Why is
know
it so
how
slow?
I know how we can break out. To be fair, we just need
Oh.
Sailor to do like a 500 mil flip, like in one go, like slam it.
That would be nice of him.
Yeah,
I don't think it's possible. How much would he move price?
I don't know actually how much that would move price.
Oh my god, this PA is so exhausting. Can we fucking move up? Like, why is it taking so long? We should be at all-time high already. I swear.
True.
This
Like
could be
with
Sailor again.
with 500 mil how much would he move price? Though the real question is who is selling BTC?
I mean, we have a decent premium on Coinbase. Oh, actually, it's not that much. I was misreading it. I thought it was 5. It's about $60 premium over perp. It's actually $100 premium over perps, which is pretty good.
Binance as well. Only
Yeah.
50 though. 50, 60. Binance not selling. Yeah, usually it's Binance selling, right? Fucking CZ. Silly cunt.
So are you still streaming tomorrow or not? Because I'll remove the event.
Yeah, I'm streaming. Did you remove it?
No, I haven't removed it. No, I was going to
Okay.
switch you first.
Yeah, you can leave it. I'll stream in the morning.
Yeah, I might hop on. I got like market report and some other bits to do tomorrow. So, but yeah, I'm streaming
Yeah, all good.
Thursday, Friday as well. So, but yeah, should we move our Wednesday stream to some? Well, you can just join me on Fridays when I do. Well, we can alternate it because I don't do a YouTube stream every Friday. So
Okay.
we can do maybe a Wednesday stream and then sometimes a Friday stream.
Yeah, we can switch it around.
Yeah, I try and change my stream times weekly so different people can join.
That's smart, actually. Maybe I should do that.
Yeah, I try and change my schedule a bit. Some days I change them around. You guys want us to look at any charts? Raspberry Man.
Raspberries are elite, though.
Yeah, they are. But How did James think you're a raspberry? Get a
Long
grape.
grape futures.
To be fair, your grape picture has got like raspberry shape to it because a grape is soft.
Yeah, that's true.
This
Yeah, Maker looks pretty good. I actually put this on. This is one of the coins you can vote for tomorrow's market report. I don't know what's winning at the moment, but
Vote, vote, vote.
it doesn't look so bad here. Monthly, quite nice consolidation down here. The monthly can probably needs to flip here really on the monthly. If the monthly flips like 1,800, maybe it can break out.
Nice hourly close on BTC.
4 hours as well. Look at that 4 hour. Absolute juicer.
Too sore.
The ETH 4 hour close was not as good. Bro, ETH is so shit, man. I haven't touched it in since February. And I've taken one long in it and like I just regret it. It's just it's just such shit PA to sit through. It's just such a shit coin to trade. Like there's no excitement to it whatsoever.
I
And half the
prefer.
time I end up taking an L on it. For what?
No, I'll just post a GIF.
Yeah, real. Maker looks alright if it can flip like 1800, but for now it's kind of it swapped these equal highs and it's a bit of a difficult spot for it. Developing day VWAP. Okay, so I mean we're seeing some decent size cells getting absorbed here, which is good into those lows. It's always a good sign.
Pump it. You need to respect the pump, so the pump will come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's astrology.
Doge looks okay, actually. Daily and weekly, nice flip on it.
Nice meme line flip.
Yeah. Kind of like flagging into this area. Quite nice. The only thing is, kind of with this flag in PA is it's kind of got at risk of locking in some raccoon PA, you know, with like a key support area, right? And you always say, but every time we sort of move into this area here, lower high, lower high, lower high, that, you know, sort of pushed into a low high or high high, sorry, lower high, kind of bit of a sign of weakness, which again brings me to like, there's no alts here that are completely standing out for me, and I'd want to see a good breakout and a significant move from majors before I start to jump back into alts again, really. But the weekly looks alright if it can hold here, for sure. It's definitely one to keep an eye on. Okay, I'm gonna have to call that a stream. I'm looking after my parents' dogs at the moment for the next couple of weeks, so I need to go and walk.
Nice.
Dog. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to cook. I'll do grass real quick for Reggie,
Oh, yeah.
and then we can call it a stream.
Yeah, if you chart grass, I'll just update like BTC and ETH positions in my corner.
Yeah, same.
Like kind of like ETH. If this continues to roll now on the 4 hour, I will just cut it. I don't fancy taking the full loss on it. Like this hard stop is more of just like a stop for it. In terms of where I'd be happy, like for my trade to be completely cut off, like as a safe haven, right? But this was more of a setup to buy the reclaim here and continuation. So if this starts to fizzle out, I'll just cut it. BTC, we want to hold 104,800 for some continuation today to new highs and maybe even all-time high going into tomorrow. I think if we start to lose 104k now, we're probably going to go to new lows and just go back to fucking chopping until end of May, likely. So, no interest in alts for me. I don't know about you, Impulse.
No, I'm only gonna buy Sol if it goes to like 150. Other than that, I'm not too interested.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
See you guys. Have a good day.
See you all tomorrow and have a good week. Take care. Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.